programs. They do exist across the country, and they're available. Can we improve them? Happy to take some of his suggestions.
In comments, question commentaire, the honourable member for Kitchener Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we get into this debate again, I'm seeing the same omission we always see, and I'll note it's particularly from our Conservative colleagues, that yes, the price on pollution, the carbon tax, went up 2 cents a litre in the last year. But it's corporate profits of the oil and gas industry that went up 18 cents a litre. Never a word about those. In fact, when we talk about inflation, 47 cents out of every dollar of inflation is directly attributed to massive increases in corporate profits. If we're going to have an honest conversation in this place about addressing affordability for Canadians, we need to talk about where inflation is directly coming from. And so to the member for Kings Hants, we've had a number of conversations with over this past week on this topic. I'd be curious to hear more from him. His view on addressing this by putting in place a windfall profit tax on these excess profits of the oil and gas industry that are gouging Canadians at the pumps in the midst of a climate crisis.
The honourable member for Kings Hants.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the honourable member for the question. And he raises a really important point that particularly on heating oil, it is a market price that is driving people. Has nothing to do with the carbon price. This has to do with actually the cost of the heating oil itself, which is anywhere from 2 to 4 times the price of alternatives. And so that is exactly why this government has been laser focused on that question with affordability programs to support. But to answer his question on the windfall profits, I recognize that other jurisdictions in the world have considered it and moved forward. I said to the honourable member this week, though, we have to be careful, though, because the oil and gas industry is primarily located in Western Canada. If we have to be careful about the concept of introducing something like that, not only from the idea that there could be capital flight, really important jobs, an industry that may be necessarily not investing in the country as a result, but that the money collected under such a program should stay within the regional context. So that's the suggestion I've given. Whether or not the government moves forward on it, I don't know. It's a careful balance because there's a lot of considerations there. Thank you.
Question commentaire, question comments, the honourable member for Halifax.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And my colleague from Kings Hants stays up to date on the news. He reads it every day. He knows